go. Well, what did we do?
I don't want to say it.
Oh my gosh,
I
dude.
might cry.
Like,
I might cry.
It has been just.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, welcome to the show. It's that damn outfit. I want you to
my God,
burn
you're right.
the damn outfit.
You're so right.
We did a show last week. Third time was a charm. Well, right now it's second time's a charm because Renae forgot to hit record.
Well,
Are we
last
recording on the sound?
Yes, we're recording on the sound. Okay, but last time we dumped the episode because we fought. And this is what I was wearing. And so I was like, you know what? No one saw it. I'll wear it again on this episode.
And then last episode that you're not going to see, I go, it's that damn outfit. I go, that's the unlucky outfit.
You're right, because we didn't record it. So now this is take two. I might be burning this outfit for real. I like this outfit a little less than I did before.
So, the hard part is when we do an episode that we can't air, it's like you can't recreate it. Like you just can't. So, we're going to try to have a great conversation with a little bit of what we talked about the last episode that you're not going to see.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, we're so happy and so proud of the way that the Aztec Chevrolet commercial came out.
Yes, it has been so much fun hearing from people. My mom will text me and be like, oh, my customer said she saw your commercial. Or she'll say, Miss Lucy sent me this. She said you guys were so funny. And
it was great. And I love, some people are like, oh my God, I thought it was a sitcom. Oh my God, it looks like a sitcom. And I'm like, well, when you're Mexican-American, you're not allowed to have sitcoms.
Oh, no, I know. Someone was like, give him a sitcom already.
Yeah, that's not happening.
But it did. Even the sound, when I heard the soundtrack, I was like, oh, that sounds very like Modern Family. They did make us look. Rick, thank you. Rick did make it.
But we did film a lot that day and several different options and me being silly, trying to go over the top and trying to make it as funny as possible. I know.
Betty was like, you guys filmed all day that long and that's it?
Yes.
That's
so
30 seconds?
The cool part is we want to share with you guys some of the outtakes of our little Aztec Chevrolet commercial. Check it out.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
And action.
Hey, I was thinking. You're supposed to say no. Okay, hold on. What about this?
No.
Hey, I was thinking.
No.
Hater. What about this?
No.
I was thinking a little.
No.
Yes. Hilarious. Fun.
It was fun. You
was
are
fun.
funny. You always keep it lively and funny on set. I think you even try and make the crew laugh, like to keep the energy good on set.
You have to have fun. And I just want to thank Aztec Chevrolet for really believing in us and just being great partners with us. And Aztec Chevrolet, if you're going to buy a Chevy, especially if you live in Texas, give Aztec Chevrolet a chance. Please give them the first chance.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for us. So thank you guys. And wasn't it their idea for the commercial? They came up with
wrote it.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
So, and then also oldsaltcoffee.com. Support those veterans, please. You're going to drink coffee. You're a coffee drinker. Might as well get it from oldsaltcoffee.com.
It's good coffee.
You might as well get 10% off by using Trevino, Trevino 10.
Yes,
You'll
the
get
number
10%.
10. Trevino 10, number 10.
So, where do we start?
Where do we start?
We can start with
sorry, I cut you off.
It's okay, go ahead.
No, you and I are adjusting. I feel like our life right now is we are adjusting to you being back on the road more regularly.
Yeah, but it's different now. It's not that I'm back on the road. It's the fact that, there are several cities that I went to that you would normally go we would all go as a family.
Yes.
But it really feels like I'm almost stepping back in time. Almost going back to the feeling I had, like when Texas was opening up and things were we're going to do 50%.
You mean because
You
of
know.
because COVID regulations are
Yes.
different across the country?
So because I had been touring in Texas, because I had been touring in Florida, where things have been open for quite some time.
Yeah.
I already went through several months ago. I went through performing in front of half audiences.
Right.
I went through performing in front of masked audiences.
The sort of phased out opening.
Yes, and the plexiglass and the.
Oh wait, I
you know,
didn't ask. In Chicago and Brea, were they wearing masks at the comedy club?
And not really. Once they sat down, they didn't have to.
Oh, that's right. Because in a restaurant, once you're at
But
your
it
table,
was
you take it off.
was half capacity. Things were closed. Normally, because we're at full capacity, I take my Sundays off so I can be home with my family. Well, because of COVID regulations in California, we need that Sunday to make the week a very profitable week, right?
Right. You need the tickets, the seats.
The seats, the people, the fans, the family, right? So it all, not only does it feel like I'm going back in time, meet and greets aren't allowed, right? And we did.
But it's weird because some places they are. Like in Philly, you did, right?
Philly, we did. Brea, we did.
I see what you're saying. It's this
little.
like
So
weird.
it's this weird, like, yes, I'm back on the road,
But every week is
but it's not
different.
normal.
Yeah.
I'm not on the road normal,
Yeah.
right? So, because we're working extra, because we're working hard, and that's another thing, we can't even add shows in some places because they don't have the staff.
Or to accommodate the extra
People
people,
are
even
not-
as capacity increases,
People
right?
are not wanting to work. So Chicago, for example, we could have added 2 more shows. Staff, the Stephanie and Tony and those guys said, "Hey, we don't have the staff for it."
Yeah.
Right. So so there's that, and then me and you have been a little grumpy with each other, but only because and I had to point this out yesterday.
Yeah, I
know,
didn't realize. Once you said that, I was like, yeah, it's exhausting.
It's not that it's exhausting. That doesn't bother me, man. I don't get tired. You can't get me tired. What sucks is I'm gone for 4 days.
Yeah.
I came home, flew in on Monday. So that's still a work day.
Yeah.
And then I have Monday afternoon with you guys. I have all of Tuesday. I have all of Wednesday. But tomorrow morning,
You're out at 5 a.m.
I'm out at 5 a.m. again
On a
to
plane.
go on the road. So out of, let's see, what is that? 4 and 4, that's 8. Out of 12 days, I'm gone 8 of those 12 days,
Yeah.
right? And it sucks. And I want to be with my family. So not only does it suck, I'm also going on the road for half capacity. And it's feeling like coronavirus again.
Yeah.
You
I didn't realize that too. The beauty of like being in Texas was not just the capacity and that the guidelines and everything were different, but also you were able to drive back and forth to us so much. It wasn't a whole half day or a whole day of traveling. Like
More than that, before COVID, right, in 2019, I was not doing Sundays,
yeah.
right? And being gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, home on Sunday is not bad. I can live like that.
Yeah.
Right? I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Right.
and sometimes half a Thursday, depending on where I'm flying.
Yeah.
But lately, it's been Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, fly home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fly out Thursday, right? And then
Yeah.
again, so we had 4 days, 3 days home, 4 days, 8 of the 12, I'm gone. So then add another 3 days, right? So that's 6 days. That's already 12 days. Add another 4 days to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're at 16 days. And out of 16 days, I'm home 6 days. So it sucks,
Yeah.
and this week is Indianapolis, which I'm happy to go and perform, but you're not coming.
Yeah.
Who knows how Indianapolis is
It's
right
going to
now.
be. That's the other thing is you don't
Yeah.
know what to anticipate.
And normally you would have gone to California.
Oh, for sure. There's good shopping in California.
Good shopping. Our friends are there.
Yeah.
There's beautiful beaches. There's great children's museums.
All kinds of stuff for
There's
children. Yeah.
plenty of things to do as a family. But because of COVID, I have not had that opportunity. So I get home, I'm grumpy,
Yeah.
like I said, working doesn't bother me. It's the lack of time with my family.
Yeah.
It's my wife didn't hit record, and now I have to do a double episode today.
No lunch date for me.
But Chicago was great.
Yeah.
And I love Schaumburg and Stephanie.
I'm bummed we missed out on it. It's a cool club. We always have a good time there.
I have to have all the Chicago staples, right? I have to have Portillo's, the cake shake.
You would explain to people what a cake shake is if they don't know.
You tell them, because it is filthy.
They take a chocolate cake and they blend it into a vanilla milkshake. But this cake is like the most moist, delicious cake you've ever had. And I found out, someone told me the reason that it's so moist and delicious is they use mayonnaise in chocolate cake. I've never heard that. I don't even like mayonnaise, but that cake shake is insane. The good mayonnaise.
That's the good mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise?
Yep. And then, of course, I had to have Luminati's Chicago-style pizza.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. And one of the highlights for me, and I want to show you.
Chicago has good food. I feel like people always talk about like, oh, great food in San Francisco. Oh, great food in New York. And even Louisiana. People talk about like New Orleans having great food. But I feel like people don't give Chicago enough credit for their good food.
No, people do. I mean, yes, they do. And you'd be surprised. People talk about
like Chicago-style hot dogs.
Oh, they're good. They're good, right? And I have to feel like I'm in Chicago. I go get all the Chicago food. But the highlight was, I got hit up by this girl, and you're on this message. Why you don't chime in?
You know what? I have not looked at my messages in so long.
But read that to everybody and tell us her name, because it was such a pleasure meeting her and her husband, and they watch all the time, and they're a beautiful couple.
It says, "Hi, Steve and Renae. You guys sent my wife, who is a pediatric nurse, an amazing video a couple of months back encouraging her to fight breast cancer. You guys' podcast continues to be a staple in our house, and she's currently undergoing chemo, which is kicking her ass. Fortunately, she's feeling well enough to make it to your show in Chicago. We'll be there and couldn't be more excited. Thank you for being our favorite couple to watch. Can't wait to see you. And Steve, Rivers Casino is only 14 minutes away. Gonna swing by after, as long as the wifey is up for it." And then he sent us a picture of Reza. She's proudly repping her Captain Evil merch from your show on her 4th round of chemo. They sent us a picture. She's beautiful. They sent us a picture of her. Oh my gosh, I just realized she's wearing her Captain Evil hat and her Captain Evil shirt while she is sitting in the chair getting chemo.
Well, look, guys, keep fighting like hell.
Yeah.
And, I believe, because, I always say that the strongest muscle in our body is our brain.
Yeah.
Right. And if you are able to stay positive and stay happy and stay in a good state of mind, I think that anything is possible. And Renae and I are praying for you, and we're rooting for you. And
keep fighting the fight.
Renae and I, maybe we'll get booked in Vegas, and then she's cancer free, and you guys come and party with us in Vegas. So
that'd be awesome.
Very, very excited when I get to meet people like that. We weren't doing.
I was gonna say, when people show us, like, people will send pictures of themselves like in the chemo chair or whatever, and they're watching your videos, while because they're stuck sitting there. So they want to watch comedy. It's what you said. Like, you just want to laugh.
Just want to laugh at something. And when I get to meet people like that, we weren't able to do meet and greets, but her husband reached out. Mm-hmm. And then I said, hey, hit up Timmy. Timmy will go grab you and bring you back here. It was just a really special moment for me. And she cried, and I am always so incredibly humbled. I mean, when people are nervous to meet me, or people are crying because they got to meet me, it's just a very humbling experience, because I don't feel special. I don't feel famous. I don't feel like I deserve that response.
Yeah.
So when I get that response, it is definitely humbling. It's somewhat overwhelming.
Sure.
But it was. I'm just happy that my comedy does make a difference, right? That me and
I know
you,
you're just talking about like how hard it is to leave your family and go back to work, and you miss traveling, and then you get messages like that.
I got another message from a young lady in the back, and she said, "Thank you for talking about miscarriage," and she yelled from the back of it. Right? I said, "Any questions
during your show?"
During my show, and she
in Chicago.
In Chicago. And she goes, oh my God, thank you for talking about that. I said, you're welcome. And then later on, she sent me a message saying, hey, I'm the girl that said thank you. 3 days ago, I suffered a miscarriage. She goes, and for you to be able to talk about it, she goes, I really felt like you were talking to me.
Yeah.
I really felt like because you and Renae found light at the end of the tunnel, that I too have a chance.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we do what we do.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when me and you had that discussion about should we even talk about this? And we go, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to share our lives. We have to let people know that me and my wife here, we love each other desperately,
Right.
but we fight and we have ups and downs. And
I mean, that's
you
a
know,
real skill you have, Steve Trevino.
What's that? To
You
fight?
can. No, actually, that's not all what I meant. That's funny. That's what it sounded like. No, it's a real skill that you have to be able to take everyday scenarios and find the humor in them. It says a lot about your crazy brain and how your not so crazy brain and how it all works.
I've just always been honest, you know, and I've always found that if I am who I am all the time, which sometimes is not perfect,
Right.
you know, it does crack me up that I've become the, hey, Steve, you got any advice for me? Right? Or, hey, Steve, can you talk to my kid?
Doesn't
You know,
that make you nervous? Like, not that you're going to say the wrong thing, but there's an element of like, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Like,
but I do. And I tell you why I know so much is because I have failed so much.
yeah.
I have failed and I have screwed up and I have made mistakes over and over and over again.
Me too. Like,
you know,
we like forgetting to press record, and somehow we keep making that mistake over and over and over again.
but I always think that, you know, I have always been brave enough to fail.
Yeah, you have.
You know, I am brave enough to fail. I'm brave enough to make mistakes. And I also think that I work very hard on learning from my mistakes.
Right.
You know,
I was just thinking it's the gift of not being an overthinker. You just like, you're not an overthinker.
There's nothing
you
to
just
overthink.
Jump
It's
in and
because
you make the mistake and you fix it or you readjust or.
I also think that when you're used to failing, it becomes easier.
I would agree with that.
You know, I'm used to
that.
failing. I'm used to hearing you're not gonna make it. I'm used to hearing, hey, you don't belong here. I'm used to hearing, and I'm still going. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Right? You can tell me that all you want. I can screw up all you want. I've made mistakes in relationships. I've made mistakes on stage. I've made mistakes throughout my entire life, and it's like I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still getting better.
Yeah.
You know, so it is very rewarding when people send us messages
For sure.
like that. You know, I feel bad because I was trying to find it. There's a guy, and I always remember him because he's Longhorn in Aggie Land.
Yes.
And
the handle. That's the thing is like people's Instagram photos are so tiny. Like it's always fun to meet people out on the road, but you're like, what's your handle?
Yeah.
Tell me your handle because that's how I'll know you.
But I want to say, and I hate myself right now because I got the message, I couldn't find it, and they asked if I would give them a shout out. So I am giving you a shout out, and forgive me for not knowing all the
Longhorn in
details.
Aggie Land. Yeah.
Forgive me for not knowing all the details of the text message request, but consider this a shout out.
Oh, but thank you for watching. Thank you to the people that like tune in every week.
No, it means the world to us, and it's always for us. Sometimes work, right?
Right.
But it's also very therapeutic for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Since we're talking about Raisa and her fight with cancer, do we want to? Can I tell them about our comedy bingo next week?
Bingo. Bingo. BINGO, Bingo was his name. Oh.
So we are on our last week of raising money for LLS, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And we wanted to do something fun with you guys and make it a little more interactive. So we are going to do comedy bingo on Wednesday night. Yes, on Wednesday evening,
So we are
depending on
going
your
to get
time zone.
details out to you guys ASAP so
Yes.
that you guys, and you got to pay. But remember, you're not paying Renae and I.
No, tickets are on sale now, but there's a flyer and a website link. You're going to go directly to the LLS website. So you know that it's going to them, your entry. You are buying a bingo card, and I think it's like $14 for each bingo card. You can buy as many cards as you want. But it's going to be live Zoom. So they'll get a private Zoom link.
Yes.
We are limiting the number of people just so the Zoom doesn't get out of control, because they're going to be able to chime in and chat with us and go back and forth. So it will be interactive.
And Renae and I are going to put up prizes for you to win, including Cindy, our friend. It's Cindy
LLS
Thomas.
is throwing in some stuff.
LLS is throwing some stuff. And I am going to go and try to see if we can't get some really cool prizes. Yeah, because... we are making a difference here, and it's awesome. And Monday, I'm excited because Monday I will be in my Helicopters for Heroes golf tournament.
Yes.
We're still looking for sponsors. Get on helicoptersforheroes.com. We'd love to put your name out there.
Yeah.
Right? And get you helping us with Helicopters for Heroes. But Renae and I decided that we would take Garrett and Delilah.
Well, you were saying you miss your family, so we were like, okay, what can we do that's fun?
We'll drive up. I'll do the golf tournament. Renae and Garrett and Kat, Jake's wife, and their girls are going to go nuts at Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday morning, we'll wake up there and spend the day there. And then we're going to go see my friend, Jose Trevino.
You'd been wanting to see a Texas Rangers game.
For the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, Delilah's first baseball game. We'll see how long she lasts.
And then because Jose, he's Trevino, he's in Chicago several months ago or a month ago, and like the staff went up to him and was like, "Hey, any relation to Steve Trevino?" And he's like, "Hell yeah!"
At the baseball stadium.
At the baseball stadium, the White Sox.
Oh, okay.
So Jose gives them my number. I take care of them with tickets. They put me on the behind home plate Saturday to watch the White Sox. So my love for baseball,
it's like your story. What special
off.
Was that in where you talk about being behind
relatable,
home plate?
being behind home plate? I was always ready.
No
I wanted
Captain
the foul
Evil
ball.
there to ruin it for
I
you.
wanted the foul ball so bad, and one got somewhat
The
close.
question is, did they have wine?
I don't know. I didn't have a wife there making me go find wine. But, if there's any other major league organizations that would like me to come and hang out,
Yeah.
I'm happy to.
Throw the first pitch.
Well, it was funny because I posted stuff from me being at the game, and they gave me a shirt and the
Wait,
whole thing.
I saw you posted a picture with like this blinged out necklace. Where's that from?
It's from the Sox. They gave it to me.
Oh, it's like a fake.
Yes, I got a gift. It wasn't even. It was heavy, bro. It was blinged out, dog.
Bro.
I was gonna get the thing with the diamond tester to see if it's real, where you have to touch it and let the people know. But I had such a good time, and I just want to thank the White Sox organization. And then it was funny because that town is definitely split. Right, Southsiders are Sox fans, and then the Cubs fans, right? Because there's two teams, right. So all these people are like, "Dude, wrong team, bro. Go to the Cubs game." I'm like, invite me to the Cubs game. Get me free tickets to the Cubs games.
One up the Sox. Let me throw the first pitch.
I'm all about the Sox if they're gonna take care of me, right? Yeah. But it was fun, and I just want to thank the Sox organization and. Those guys for reaching out, being so good to me and letting me get behind home plate. It was fun. And then
my weekend was I hit a home run too, a home run of my own. I pulled the plug on the pacifier.
And you did it.
I don't want to say that it's like done, but I hid them all for myself.
Right.
So like in a moment of weakness, I wouldn't be like, here's your pacifier. I'd been getting up at night to pop the pacifier back in her mouth. And I was like, I can't do it anymore. Like, this is silly.
Nobody could do it anymore. Everybody in the house was like,
no, but
please let Renae sleep.
It was hard because
when you don't sleep,
hush your mouth.
You're mean to everybody.
No, I'm not mean to everyone. I'm just mean to you. But no, it was hard. It was like, I didn't know if I wanted to completely do that because we're literally probably a few weeks from her being able to pop it back in her mouth by herself if we just sprinkled a bunch in the crib. But we're not there yet. And I was getting really desperate. So while I had an empty house with no guests, I was like, we're going to cry it out and do it this weekend. So we did. So that was my my big home run is we're not quite a week in, so I don't want to bust out the pom-poms just yet, but I think we're pacifier free.
I mean, look, I have always said it, the human being is very adaptable.
Yeah.
Is very adaptable. And you have to realize that you have children in other parts of the world babies who get accustomed to sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
That get accustomed to not having AC. They get accustomed to, having to sleep on the go, right? And if you're willing to suffer those 2 or 3 days of, hey, I know it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
For 3 days, 4 days, but I know that she's going to adjust.
Oh, I just hope
Right?
that's all it is. Because I'd read people were like, usually 1-2 days, they cry it out, they figure it out, you're good. And I was like, I just hope so, because I don't know if I have like 4 or 5 days.
Well, again, you have to stick it out, right? And it goes back to, the way that I am with Garrett, where parents are like, we'll be somewhere, and I'm like, Garrett, let's go. And then Garrett goes, all right, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
And then parents like, oh my God, I wish my kid would do that.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I'm bigger than him.
Just scoop them up.
You remember when he was 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's easy when they're little. You got to do it
when he was 2
little.
or 3, and he didn't want to leave the Children's Museum, he would lose his shit.
Yeah, but I'm not scooping him and dragging him out of anywhere anymore. Now we have like a talk in the car before we go. Like we had a birthday party at Peter Piper.
But back then, I would scoop him up and we would leave. There was no negotiating. There was, dude, we are leaving.
Yeah.
Physically, or you're walking. And you can scream all that you want, but it's not going to help you.
Well, now I'm like, bye, Garrett. I'm leaving. And I start walking out. What's going to happen when he's like, leave me here. We're at Peter Piper.
Yeah, later. And now that he is older and a little more, he's a little negotiator.
Oh, for sure.
I give him a little on purpose sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he was willing to ask.
Right.
Right? Because he did come up to me at the pool yesterday and I go, let's go. And he came up to me and goes, Dad, one more cannonball. And I go, yeah, dude, one more cannonball.
Yeah.
Right? So that he does feel the confidence to still ask.
Right.
Right? And then there's other times where I'm like, no is no. I said no.
Right.
There is no more cannonballs.
It's hard though, because like right now, I don't want to make it about Delilah, especially with like him. But literally, it's about Delilah. It's about like when is nap time and when is feeding time and time to go before this kid turns into a pumpkin, the baby.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with the fact that, kids perform really well on a schedule. They do.
Oh, Steve and I go back on this one all the time.
No, I'm not denying the fact that they do well on a schedule. Yes.
Right.
However, they also need to learn to be adaptable, right? They need to learn that, hey, maybe this nap is in the car because we got to drive.
I think if I'm being honest, I think like now in hindsight, there was a real blessing in having a baby during COVID. Like it forced you and I to slow down COVID. And for me as a mom to be moving at a slower pace with the 2 kiddos, having the baby was really helpful. It made things easier. And I feel like Delilah is doing much better as a sleeper than Garrett did because
but they're different.
She hasn't been traveling.
It's very clear for me that man, they are different children. Delilah is very vocal, right?
Yeah.
And what's great about it is she's vocal, and if she gets your attention, she'll go, ah!
It's this like
right?
weird, it's a weird ha noise she makes. And it's like not a cry, not a laugh.
Just
it's literally just, hey, give me, pay attention to me.
And then when you pay attention to her and you move her, she's good.
Yeah.
Which is great. Right? She doesn't scream her freaking head off.
Well, no, I didn't tell you what happened this weekend. She has started screaming. So we were driving because like the whole schedule thing, I'm being a little more rigid about right now because of the pacifier, right? Like I need the sleep training. I need her to be really tired so that putting her down is easier. And we were coming home from church. I don't know where we were coming home from. And,
oh my gosh, Renae. I was probably coming home from church.
Well, no.
If there was anywhere I was coming home from, it was probably church.
I didn't tell you this either. Now that we're sleep training, she's getting up at 6 a.m. And
Right.
so Garrett got up at 6 a.m. too, which he usually sleeps till like 7:30 or 8. And I was like, holy cow, the kids are up so early. What am I going to do? I was like, I gotta eat up some time. Let's go to church. So we're coming home anyway. And she's going to fall asleep in the car. And I'm like, no. Like, we got to get home and get this baby in a bed without a pacifier. And so I said, Garrett, help me keep your sister awake. And he just screams. Like, I did not expect him to do that.
I mean, that'll keep her awake.
He like leans over towards her car seat and goes, ah! And I'm like, oh, thinking it's going to scare her or she's going to cry. She just starts laughing. And I go, Garrett, you don't have to do that. Well, she screams back at him. Right? Like,
and now
this,
you're like, don't encourage that shit, dude.
Yes. So Garrett starts laughing because she screamed back
Right.
at him. And then they literally had like a little giggle screaming fest. And I was like, Garrett, you got to stop. She's going to think this screaming is funny.
It's cool. Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're doing good. Garrett's doing is really becoming an amazing big brother. And he's really doing well. He's definitely, he's just rough. Dude, he'll grab her face. My sister.
And
I'm
you know
like,
what? I
dude.
decided, like, you're more on him about it. Like, hey, chill out. And I've decided that, like, as long as she's not crying and showing that she is upset by it, because I don't want to have to be on him constantly for that. Like,
No, it's
let
all
him
love.
have it. And
He's
if
definitely,
she's cool with it, she's cool with it.
it's definitely all love from him.
Yeah.
But it is like, I'm like, hey, dude, it's my daughter, bro. To break your face. But you know, look, we love doing these, and we love you guys. And with that being said,
Yes.
we were asking today if you could please, if all our family out there, please do us a favor and tag one person, just one,
Yeah.
and be specific. Find
Share
that
it with
person.
a friend that you think would really like what we do, because we're not for everybody. But share the podcast with someone who you think might enjoy it.
Yes,
who has
please.
a commute to work, or a friend who runs and listens to podcasts on their job.
Or maybe there's a couple that's on the verge of divorce and they need that extra push to get them to get divorced. We want to be that couple.
No, we don't want to be that couple.
Are you still selling the freaking cups?
We are. Our first batch of cups is done. So I had a wait list. So if someone wants to get on that wait list, they can shoot me over their email, and we're about to start putting out the second batch. I didn't want to take people's money if we weren't ready to put out more cups. So she's sort of doing the first couple of treatments because it's like a layered thing, to make a long story short.
get things
Not
ready.
short. Yeah.
Awesome. So hit up Renae at I am Renae with an A if you would like to have your very own bedazzled, sparkly Captain Evil cup. And she also makes them for babies, or we're not doing those.
No, we do. We have a sippy cup that is also the one that I used last time on the podcast as a wine cup. I just took Delilah's sippy lid off.
And me and Timmy are doing a limited edition to see if people like them. Mail shirt that says throwing doubles down.
Oh, wait, that one's cool. It is a cool shirt. It's a cool shirt.
Because I like whiskey, and I like
Yes.
my whiskeys to be doubles, and I throw those down, and I like my dice to land on doubles. Okay, so
Oh, I thought you were going to say, and I love casinos.
I do love casinos, but it's a gambling whiskey guy
It's
shirt.
very you. Whiskey.
It's very
and-
me
whiskey
throwing
and
doubles
casinos.
down. There's
Yeah.
a George Strait song that has that line
Oh, I was
in
going to say, I remember
it,
that song.
throwing doubles down.
Yeah.
So we'll see if people are into it. It's not on the website, guys, but if you want to send us a message through the website saying, ooh, I want a throwing doubles down t-shirt, has a couple whiskey glasses on it.
They're making them already? They're like in
Yes,
production
I already have
already?
them.
Oh, I didn't realize you had them. I
get things done.
I haven't seen a shirt. Like
I
actual shirt.
get things done.
Well, you should have had it so we could show it.
Timmy has it on the road.
Okay.
I get things done.
Listen
I
to
pull
him
the
digging.
trigger.
Okay.
Shit happens.
Okay.
When I
Steve
make
Trevino.
a plan, I go over there and
I
if
made 2 babies.
and if it fails,
I made 2 babies,
I
and I
helped you.
sleep train them.
I helped you.
And I potty train them when
those
you're
little
gone.
babies were in my ball sack. They were mine first. All right, I am Steve Trevino. This is Captain Evil Renae, who made 2 babies with my babies that were in my ball sack.
No, at the pediatrician's office today, she walked in and she goes, "Oh, that baby looks like her daddy. She doesn't look anything like you."
Boo, poor baby. That's why she's gonna have to be funny. She's gonna have to have a personality.
She's gonna have a lot of personality.
And let's hope she has a pooper like yours.
Okay, Okay.
Okay.
This podcast is going nowhere.
It's over. Thanks, guys.